Hello to everyone! Welcome to this one, guys. I haven't done anything to do with Alton Towers in a while. Last time I went to Alton Towers was about 2.5 months ago. But it was very good, obviously. Wickerman has been bought in since. It's a custom ride. It's a wooden roller coaster to Alton Towers, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Just brilliant all-round work done with it. And so yeah, this video is to essentially express my feelings on it. Like I said, all of the opinions in this video are they're like all my opinions, so these are personal opinions. So please do not take this into courage, saying that these are other people's opinions, because this is my opinion. So, obviously Alton Towers, it's a great resort. It's had a bunch of amazing rides over the years, and I think everyone can agree with that. That it is an absolute outstanding place to go. Obviously, like, it's madness. It's a very good place to go. Obviously, plenty of things about it, and it's very good. Now just remember, you guys can access Alton Tower, the Wickerman ride, from 10 AM to 5 PM. After 5 PM, all of the outdoor rides and theme park will shut. Water park is obviously still open, so you can access all of that, but we are here to talk about the main side of it being Wickerman. Now obviously Wickerman is quite a good ride. It's a wooden roller coaster for any of you who don't know, and yeah, it's been in development for over a year, which is finally now being released here. Obviously, if you guys were wondering where Wickerman is, it is at Alton Towers, and yes, so that's basically that. You can also, just so to let you know, it is in Alton, Stoke-on-Trent, and the address I will leave in the description with all of the information about the ride. Obviously, Wickerman is a brand new ride to Alton Towers. It's brand new for the 2018 year. Obviously, it's not been, obviously, Wickerman is its own exclusive ride, and it was opened on the 20th, sorry. It was opened on the 20th of March, 2018, obviously, it being a brand new ride. Now, the height restrictions for it is a 1.2 meters, so you have to be minimum 1.2 meters, and I don't think there is a maximum for this ride. The height of the roller coaster is 18 meters, and obviously the cost of the build is £16 million. They spent £16 million on the build for this, which I do, for a wooden roller coaster, think it's a little bit overpriced. Now, if you're not sure, the Wickerman has replaced the Flume, which used to be at Alton Towers. Obviously, the Flume, which a lot of you might have remembered, it was a tourist attraction in England, now being replaced by Wickerman. The Flume closed on the 10th of October 2015 and hasn't been opened again since. So it was closed quite a while ago, and it's taken them so actually, thinking about it, Wickerman has been in development for over 30, why did I say 13 years? So Wickerman has actually been in the build for 3 years, actually, when you think about it, because obviously they were planning it right after the Flume had shut. Obviously, £16 million for a roller coaster like this, though. I think, in personal, it's a little bit over the top for the money, but it is an absolute brilliant ride. It's quite scary, as it's got a lot of fire around it, so if you don't like fire, this is not for you. This really isn't for you, so if you don't like your fire, then I suggest you do not ride this roller coaster, as it is covered in fire, and it's basically based off the movie Wickerman. Now, just going into a little bit more insight for those who don't know what Wickerman is. Wickerman is a movie which was released in 1973. It was a thriller / mystery-based film, and that is what this roller coaster is essentially based off here at Alton Towers. And yeah, though it does. It looks absolutely fantastic for what it is. You know, brilliant roller coaster. Had a lot of time put into this, and I think you can see why it's had so much time put into it, as it is an absolute fantastic roller coaster. So much time put into it, and it's just so worth it for what it is. Obviously, if you guys aren't sure where Alton Towers is put, like, on the map, just so you guys, say like you're from maybe down south near London, and you want to try and get to Alton Towers, but it's very far, and you don't actually quite know where it is, well, I will give you a little bit more insight on that right now. So here we go. If I just do this, and we run over to here, so here we go, this is it. So this is where Alton Towers is. It's a massive theme park for adrenaline junkies, obviously. Obviously, this is located quite far away. It's located in Stoke-on-Trent, so it's fairly close to places like... Oh, hold up, let's just maybe over here. It's very close to places like Derby and Burton-upon-Trent, so for people who were not aware of where it is, that's where it is. So it's about, if you guys know where Nottingham is, it's, well, I'm gonna say it's about 2 to maybe 3 hours away from Nottingham. So if we just come over to here and we'll give it direction. So if we go Nottingham to Alton Towers, maybe. So yeah, it's a 1 hour 12-minute drive, so it is quite a drive. There are 2 ways to take from Nottingham. You can go through Derby to get it to it that way. That way does take a lot longer though, as it does take about an hour and 34 minutes going through Brian Clough Way on the A52 and A50. But yeah, anyway, back on to Wickerman. Obviously, this ride is one of the most intense in the country, apparently, for wooden roller coasters. Apparently it's got an awful lot to it this year, which I don't blame them. Obviously, I think the UK is running out of very good attractions, as a lot of them are quite old, such as maybe the Millennium and the Odyssey from Fantasy Island, which we talked about in my last stream. But, you know, it's quite a nice place to go for family attractions. Now, we're gonna quickly now just pop up a picture of it on screen for you lot who haven't quite seen what the coaster looks like just yet. This one is, of course, for you guys. So if we just take rid of that one, maybe replace it with this one. So this is what the coaster looks like. It looks like a very cool coaster, obviously very wooden. It's located, don't know yet, I can't remember myself, I will show you on a map in a second, but that's what it looks like. It looks absolutely brilliant for the coaster it is. Obviously it's a very good coaster. I haven't ridden it yet, but I'm hopefully going to be going back to Alton Towers very soon, so I might do like a live stream or a vlog there, which you can find on the YouTube channel, along with this one. But obviously this has been in development for a while. If any of you want to know a little bit more about the development, I'm gonna leave a playlist in the description to Theme Park Worldwide's SWs, as he has been he goes there every week whilst it was in the making and explains everything that went on at the park. So yeah, basically you can access all of that over on his channel. I'll link that in the description for you all. So yeah. So obviously, back to the fact of Alton Towers. Obviously, this ride was opened on the 20th of March. It was supposed to be opened a lot earlier. If you guys don't know, this is actually, you know, supposed to be released a lot earlier. But it was released later due to weather delay, because the weather was really bad. I believe at this point this was during the time when we had really very bad snow in the UK, well, around the parts of Stoke and Nottinghamshire, Derbyshire, sort of Stoke sort of area. The weather was very, very bad up here. So yeah, I think that was why that was, you know, delayed, and everything like that. That was why it was delayed. But yeah, so very soon, towards the end of the video, I'm going to get some POVs on it, and I will also give you the Alton Towers live and exclusive video of the coaster. So yeah, though, it's a very good coaster. I'm hoping to see more wooden coasters, because wooden coasters have gone a little bit out of fashion in the UK now. I think it's safe to say. But I want to see a lot more of these come into play in the UK, as we're running out of wooden coasters. They are very unique things, especially like Wickerman, which obviously, with it being based off a movie, that means it's very, very, very unique, and other places haven't really seen coasters like this, which is what I really like about these sort of coasters, and that's why I think they are absolutely brilliant. They're so breathtaking just to see these sort of coasters pop up around in the UK, and it's the first wooden coaster I've seen in quite a while, actually. But obviously, with it obviously being a brand new coaster. Now, obviously, Alton Towers, that means for Wickerman, Alton Towers now do have essentially rights for it. So they do have some sort of copyright claim with obviously Wickerman themselves, and obviously whoever made this movie. Give me a second. Just gonna Google that one for you. So, assuming they have a sort of like based of like sort of deal with Robin Hardy, obviously the director of the movie, and David Piner, who is obviously the story, like the storyteller, who's the man obviously who made the story. But now we're gonna grab a map for you here, just so obviously we can explain a little bit more for you. Now, for the season pass, this year, if you don't know, for the entire season, it is dropped down in price as prices have been frozen. So now it is only £55 for an entire season, and you can pay for a day and come back all season for free. It's that insane. That is what I like about Alton Towers. It's very good like that. Yeah, you know how it is. It's very, very cool, and I think that's a very good thing like that. And obviously, that's really good for that sort of thing. Obviously, it's good to keep hold of that base and remember that. So yeah, that's all of that. However, now I'm going to obviously now do the map view. So if we just do this and here it is. So this is the map of Alton Towers. If you don't know if you can see this here, but this is the sort of base of the map. Obviously, Oblivion's here, the Smiler's here, X Sector's here. But what you guys want to know, where is Wickerman? So Wickerman, if you don't know, can be found, is right next to the entrance, which is very good. So it's going to be one of the first main attractions you see as soon as you enter the park, which is really good. So you're coming in through the entrance here, cut through here, and it's literally to your, it's quite literally to your left here. You can see the coaster here. But anyways, so let's get talking about the rough sort of areas to where you can find it. So you can find it, if you don't know, you can find this in don't know really how to explain it. So you can essentially find it in just near, it's between Mutiny Bay and Cantania Canyon, essentially. Maybe a bit closer to Gloomy World too, but they're the sort of areas you can find it. It's right next to the Runaway Mine Train, so if you guys know where that is, then you should fairly easily be able to see Wickerman from where you are, as that's mainly one of the good places to see it. Now, obviously, Alton Towers is quite a park, and you know, it's had its fair share of good rides. We've seen rides come, we've seen rides go, but it's a very good ride in itself, and you've got to give it to them. They've done an absolute smashing job of it this year, to obviously show us the sort of things that this park can produce. Now, Sorry about that. So, in terms of actual modelling of Wickerman the roller coaster, now it's hard to tell you what make it is, as it's a wooden roller coaster, so it's very hard to tell you. But we'll give you the manufacturers of it right now. So, just give us a second here. So, the Wickerman roller coaster, obviously, is operating right now, as it is a holiday. So the designer is Jeff Pike, and it's a Skyline design. So it's an LLC. It's a chain lift hill. And the drop is 72 feet actually, so it's a 22-meter drop, which is fairly decent for a wooden roller coaster. Now, per hour, this ride has about 952 riders per hour, which is pretty mad. So here you go. The height restriction is 120 centimeters, which is 3'11". That is the height sort of like thing, if you know what I mean. Now, the manufacturer is Great Coasters International, so these were the guys who made it. So it's a 12 cars train. Riders are arranged 2 across in a single row for a total of 24 riders per train. There's 24 riders with 12 carts, so that means 2 on each. For people who, you know, can't really do their maths. But yeah, that is just, it's brilliant. It's a very good coaster. And the duration of the coaster, it's a very good coaster, because the coaster itself actually lasts 3 minutes and 30 seconds, which is fairly decent for a coaster, which is wooden, you know, it's fairly good, you know. So, yeah, it's fairly decent, you see where I'm coming from. It's a fairly decent coaster. It has 0 inversions, obviously, because it's a wooden coaster. I have seen one wooden coaster in the entire world that has more than 1 inversion. That was an American coaster, as far as I'm aware. That had 2 loops. So that was had 2 inversions, and it was a wooden coaster. I can't remember where it's located. But yeah, so very good coaster. At Alton Towers, I really do rate it as a coaster. I think it's a great coaster, in my opinion. Let me know your guys' opinions in the description for it. Obviously, now the speed of it, the speed of the coaster it actually reaches. This is kind of mad. It reaches a maximum of 44 miles per hour for a wooden coaster. That is absolutely insane. That is very good. It is. It's absolutely. It's just mind-blowing. It really is. So, Great Coasters International have done a very good job of this one. Really, they have. It's absolute madness. Now, if you don't actually know, Great Coasters International are actually based in Sunbury in Pennsylvania, USA. So they're not actually US. They're not actually EU. Sorry. But yeah, you can find them there. They've made a lot of wooden coasters over the time. There's quite a few at Six Flags in America. Valley Fair has quite a few of them made by them. But yeah, it's very good. Heidi is actually one of them, which I didn't know because I've actually been on that roller coaster and it's very good. But yeah, that's a wooden one. If you don't know where that is, that's at Plopsland de Pagna in Belgium. So yeah, it's very good. But yeah, that is very good. And if you don't know right now, as I'm pretty sure a lot of you won't be aware, Great Coasters International are actually making another wooden coaster at Holiday Park Kanalty in Poland. So that should be out in 2019, which would be good. And if that's any better than the Wickerman, then it's absolutely madness, because the Wickerman is very good. So it depends on what we're going to see here, but it is absolutely amazing. So fair enough to them. So past failures with Great Coasters International, there isn't many, in all honesty. I'm going to be completely honest here, there isn't many failures with their coasters. But there is a couple. So, 2 coasters that essentially, I guess, maybe closed. So Guazawi in United States of America, this shut. I don't know why Guazawi shut, but let's have a look here. So it cost £10 million at the time. And the park section of it is Morocco. So if you don't know, which I'm sure you're aware of, Busch Gardens, Tampa, they're all based into like places. But yeah, so now it's now shut. It got closed down in so it got closed down about 2 years ago actually. It got 2-3 years ago. So it got closed on February the 1st, 2015, which is unfortunate. Because apparently it was a good coaster, it was very high, reaches top speeds of 51 miles per hour at the time, but, you know, you just got to leave it at that. So anyway, back onto the Wickerman. The Wickerman coaster, it's a blockbuster coaster. It's a very good one for the UK. I feel that sometimes this country is running out of good base sort of coasters, other than like, don't get me wrong, but just recently we've seen quite a few good ones on their way in. Like I said, I'm going to Alton Towers hopefully very soon, so I should be riding a Wickerman for sure to see how good of a coaster it is. Like I said, I've heard it's a very good coaster, so it'll be very fun to ride. That hopefully is the plan. But yeah, so if any of you do have anything that you maybe want to talk about, do let me know. Yeah, because apparently it's a very good coaster. I haven't rode it yet, but they're just my opinions on it right now, before I have rode it. But when I do ride it, I will probably make another video telling you a little bit more about my experience. I might even get a couple of POVs on it for you and upload it to the channel. So anyway, thank you very much for watching this stream. I'm now going to show you some of the POVs of the coaster, and enjoy.